How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Sinister Customs. And today is the day I'm sure some of you have been waiting for. See what this thing's actually got in it. So it's easier to take the body off on camera than it is to put it on and turn everything on. So we'll get right to the running footage of it and then go into taking the body off and kind of showing you what's underneath, how I got the servos and everything hooked up. So there's the front. Let's see what it's got. Yeah, that didn't sound good. Still working on the gear mesh a little bit. The motor plate keeps coming loose. So I didn't want to finalize and Loctite everything before I got it all figured out. But clears up once you get into it a little bit. That's only like half throttle. Let's get that rear steer kicked in. So there's crab walk. And there's full rear steer. And that's just the rear. See a little donut and some forward round, maybe. Oh yeah. See if it has any crawling capabilities. Let's take the hood off. So I just got the hood velcroed for now, but I do eventually want to have a hinge system on it like I do Mr. Worth It. Got these awesome light whips from RC Motoring. Things are badass. So yeah, let's see if it can go up and crawl a little bit. Does not like that part of the gear. That's crazy. Come on, set her down. There it goes. So what you're hearing is the spur gears slapping in between the two motor gears. So that's why it kind of clears up when they get a little faster. So I didn't want to set the gear mesh too tight. And normally if this was only one gear, you wouldn't really hear that too much, but seeing as they're going against each other. Yeah. Definitely makes some interesting noises. Let's open this thing up and see what's inside. Everything's kind of compressed in there. Ooh, them are a little warm. That ain't bad, I can still touch them. Dead little warm. Let's go and turn them off. Switches are kind of a pain to get to. There's that one. And that one. I'll get the batteries later. Let's get the whips unplugged. There we go. Oops, unplug the servo too. There we go. Alright. Excuse me. So basically how I have this set up is I have two Mofo BAM 4100 kVs, and they are both going to a Lizard Pro, each of them, and then running to a 5-channel Spectrum. So in order to run two ESCs off one receiver, you do not want to overpower the receiver, so you have to disconnect the power from one of the ESCs going to the receiver. That would be this one right here. So as you can see, this wire is what is the power wire to the ESC that would normally be going to the receiver. I have it cut, and it is running the power to, I believe, that rear servo, one of the rear servos. It is running power to run one of, yeah, it's that one. It's running power to that rear servo. So that rear servo is getting the 6.5 volts from this ESC. This ESC is plugged in just how you would regularly. Granted, they are wired together, so there's a Y wiring both these ESCs going into the channel 2 port, with only this one running the power. So this rear servo is connected to the receiver just as you would, because it is getting the power from this ESC just as it would naturally. Then to make sure I've got power to this servo, I have a BEC, also from RC Motoring. It is sitting underneath the receiver there. It is 8.4 volt. It is ran off of this battery right here. So let's see, you can see the connector. I have a connector right there going to that ESC, and then this wire is going to the BEC, and then going up to this connector to the battery. And then so that's running the BEC going to the front servo. So I've got 8.4 volts to that one, 6.5 to both of those. Both motors are running full power from each Lizard Pro 3S, the 200 mAh Mofo batteries. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you haven't watched the other videos, you can go back and kind of see how I did the motor mount, the chassis, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at for now. Got the body all glued together, so no more tape holding it together. I do have tape holding the light whips in for now. I need to run the wiring properly, all that kind of stuff. I just got them in the other day, so I wanted to get them on there. Yeah, what's some other stuff I haven't talked about? So underneath, I'm just running some Lexan sliders, whatever you want to call it, for the floor, just so you can see underneath of it. I think it looks pretty cool being transparent like that. Shout out to Jay. He's also in the competition from Jay's RC Expedition. Kind of got that idea off him with his, I think it was one of his Bronco builds. I think it was the new Traxxas, but not sure exactly. But yeah, I got the idea from the Lexan. I thought the transparent looked awesome, so went with it on that. Yeah, oh, the links. So I've had some questions about the rear steering link. So you can see it is ever so close to hitting. And that's pretty much full lock. So I've got full lock both ways. Right now I've just got a stock steering link that I heated up, and then it's run clear to the other side. Of course, got the servo ran opposite of how you normally would. And then I've got it thrown quite a bit to the driver's side, as you can see. So it's straight, and the servo is going off to the driver's side there. Of course, the way the frame is notched there allows for it to clearance. And then, of course, the rear is just normally how it would be. And these mofo servo beasts are absolutely awesome. Let me just listen to that. They're so quiet and smooth. Yeah. But for the links, as you can see, that one there, it's just some brass link that I had hacked together and made to fit. But I will be sending those to RC Steve 710 and seeing if he can make a custom set for me to match them. And then I will have links like these right here are from RC Steve 710. So these nice brass links. And then I will be getting the rest of the links to finish it out too. So they will all be these nice brass links like you see up here. But I think that'll look pretty awesome underneath. Yeah, that's where things are at right now. I wonder what was causing if this motor plates got loose. Well, it still feels pretty tight. I'll have to take it all apart again. But I've still got to take it all apart. I'm going to run braces up here, and then run some bracing down here as well. Also to run that wire a little bit better. I've still got steel gears, because these are just the stock gears that are in the brass worm gears in the axle. So I've got some steel gears to go in the axles. Yeah, and then of course doing the hood as well. I need to drill some holes here. So all my drilling, I like to have the chassis completely apart, lay it flat together. Just drill one hole straight through both. Then you know you're right where it needs to be on both sides, and you've only drilled one hole. So, but I also want to trim the back off a little bit more. It comes up and hangs up on the servo. But yeah, all in all, I am digging it. This thing, I think if I can get the motor, I think there's some binding somewhere, could be in the axles, but it just feels like it lifts too much. It tries to flex too much right off the beginning. I think there's some binding throughout somewhere. So like I said, when I go through and do the gears and the axles, when I take this all back apart, I'll completely go through the axles, make sure everything's 100%, Loctite everything, and kind of start the final assembly, the go through of it all to put it all back together. And then once the chassis is final assembled, I know where all the wiring is finally going to land. This is a pretty good idea of what I think I'm going to do with it. I don't like to cut and shorten wires and that kind of thing. I'd like to try to do as minimal as that as possible. That way there's no chance of being a misconnection or that kind of thing. Of course, you've got to a little bit to run different things, but I want to try to keep that as minimal as possible. But then you can also get bad connections with these type of connectors as well. But, oh, left my radio on. But again, with these, I don't like having everything completely soldered together, because if an ESC goes out, that kind of thing, I can just unplug these and, you know, plug everything back in. So I like to make it as completely maintenanceable, I guess. You know, if something breaks on it, I like to be able to fix it. So, and fix it somewhat easy and not have to completely cut and splice and resolder wires and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so far this is where we're at. Get the chassis all together, get it finalized, and then on to finishing up the body, and then get everything finished up on that. All the body work, paint. Still in a major debate on whether I want to go really clean with the body or go kind of a rat rod style with it, make it all rusty and patina and that kind of thing. But definitely leaning towards the patina. But God, this thing would look good so cleaned up, and I definitely don't want to. I don't know. I thought about patina and all this. You know, those nice brass servos. People would get definitely pissed at me. And the axles and all that, but I don't know if I can bring myself to it. I think I might do a kind of show patina. Just kind of do a satin patina, you know, like you see where it's got kind of the rust going through and everything, but you still got that satin clear coat over the top of it. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. I think it'll look good either way. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.